Okay, let me simply introduce ICON. ICON is a BC emergency digital emergency program. Is conducted by Dr. Kendall Ho. It's been gone on for 17 years, and it will give to multicultural community patients and the family, giving everybody the chronic education, prevention, and self-management, and through the health webinar and also using online information, it can increase the patients knowing the management and also the lifestyle and also prevent and reduce the risk. And also at the same time, it would promote communication between community members and health professional, and also optimize the people's knowledge of digital information and improve their life quality. Okay, well, so today we have many speakers to talk on many topics. This is to strengthening health and wellness as we age, to understand frailty. This year, we only had one webinar just for one day. Today, we arranged for 3 hours to broadcast here. Our Q&A will be postponed to August 19. Please pay attention. But today, you still are able to pose your questions. Okay. Today, we are very fortunate to have many medical VIPs talking to us many aspects of frailty, to share resources, and also as we age, to strengthen our health. And we have Dr. Thomas Ho. He's a family doctor. Amy Yu, she's a registered dietitian. Wendy Lam, registered occupational therapist. Nicole Tai and Emily Peck, registered physiotherapist. Dr. Tigerson Young, clinical psychologist. Ken Lin, community pharmacist. Winnie Lau, registered psychiatric nurse. Thank you to all of you to take time from your busy schedule to take part in the webinar. The next person, Dr. Ho, had talked about diets. We Chinese people like to eat, but seniors, when they get on in age, what should they eat that's suitable for them, that's got sufficient nutrition? What nutrition do they need? A lot of people think once you get old, you don't eat so much. I don't have a lot of activities. Actually, is this thinking correct? We are glad today to have Amy Yu, registered dietitian, to talk about seniors, healthy eating for older adults. How's everybody? I'm a registered dietitian, Amy Yu. Today I'm very happy to share with you a very important topic, that is healthy eating for older adults. I've been a dietitian for so many years. A lot of senior friends come to me and ask me how can they eat healthy so that they can keep their energy. Today, I will share with everyone what I have in the clinics and when I meet with all the seniors, the tips about healthy eating. Hopefully it will be helpful to you, all the senior that you take care of, and make them more healthy and increase their quality of life. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm also an educationist in diabetes. I help a lot of Chinese people in improving their diets. Today, the topics that we learned, there are 3 objectives that are more important. The first one is the importance of nutritional needs for seniors. Secondly, how to plan a healthy diet for seniors. Third is the practical tips in meal preparation for seniors. So today, the webinar is about 20 odd minutes. I will share with everyone the above what I talked about, the objectives that I talked about. Hopefully, after you learned, you will do it for your own dieting health, or as a caregiver, you would look at the and know more about seniors' dietary needs and prepare a nutritious meal for them. First of all, we can look at the nutritional needs for older adults. Actually, there are three aspects. First, whether there's sufficient nutrition, then it would promote seniors' health, and also it can prevent malnutrition. And thirdly, it would make seniors independent, have independent living, or increase their functionality. And also self-management, improve the quality of life. And we will start look at all the three aspects and see how they will meet the seniors' need and meet their nutritional needs. First, we will look at the factors affect proper diet, eating, and management strategy for seniors. There are three areas. First is physical limitations and challenges. Secondly is chronic health conditions. Third, social and psychological factors. Let me tell you in detail the physical limitations and challenges. Sometimes the seniors have limitations compared to when they were younger. Maybe it's reduced when it comes to grocery shopping or preparing meals. Perhaps it would be a bit harder for them, and sometimes it may mean that as they get older, they may not drive, and then going to the supermarket to do grocery shopping, it might be a challenge in itself. So a lot of Chinese senior friends, they like to eat some new vegetables or fruits or meat. Actually, after coming to Canada, you can consider changing to local purchase method. Sometimes we buy a little bit more and put in the freezer, in the fridge, so that you don't need to go grocery shopping all the time. And secondly, sometimes there's some chronic health conditions. For instance, if there's chronic condition, diabetes, heart disease, or kidney disease, these chronic diseases will make the dietary needs. It will have an impact. For instance, if there's a heart disease, so in terms of taking sodium and salt, you've got to pay attention. When it comes to cooking or meal preparation, attention must be paid to not to use too much processed food and reduce meat and also food. And also social and psychological factors. Social and psychological factors, how do they affect the seniors? Sometimes the seniors, when they are, say, retired, the social circle gets smaller, so that it would reduce the contact with the outside world. The friends will get less. Sometimes if they are always eating by themselves, it would affect the appetite and the desire to eat. So if family members, they have seniors and seniors living on their own, maybe should have more meals with them, or let them have more contact with other friends to increase the social circle.
So when you are preparing for older adults, preparing meals for older adults, well, you can refer to this online menu that's from the Canadian Diet Guide, and you can see half of it's fruits and vegetables, and then different colors. And we always recommend variety is quite important. Like you have green, red, white, and orange, black, all different colors. So varieties, the more varieties, the better, so that you give the seniors different nutrients and vitamins and minerals. And this healthy plate, you also see 1/4 is protein. Like you make sure you have protein-rich food, like lean meat and fish, seafood, tofu, and nuts and seeds. These are soys. These are good stuff. And also, if you drink milk and dairy products, cheese, they are good choices. And the other 1/4 is whole grain foods. Whole grain includes like the rice, different kinds of and noodles, and you can try different flours, noodles made from different flours, and also this size of the plate and how much do you eat. It's up to different individuals. It's has to do with the person's weight and height, and also physical activity. So you can ask the a registered dietitian to design this your diet for you, your preferences, any so that everything gets custom made. Maybe you reduce the amount of this and then increase the amount of that. Maybe less protein. But you still have to make sure you have sufficient protein. So that is why we need a registered dietitian to design your 3 meals. Now I have the top 10 tips when it comes to your healthy eating for seniors and techniques. The first one, tip number 1, is you have to consider your dietary needs. Just now we talked about why we begin first with the seniors' personal needs, dietary needs. We have to go from there because everything starts there to make sure things are customized. For example, now you have the internet. You just go online to find some tips, health-related tips. But you have to make sure is that suitable for you, because tips online, they are the information online, they are not necessarily reliable. So make sure you seek help from your registered dietitian, your also registered pharmacists, to make sure are there any conflicts between the medications and what you eat. For example, when you have a certain disease, you try to avoid a certain kind of food, like a certain kind of fruits. So this is the where you have to pay attention to. And other than that, the tip number 2 is that you have to focus on nutrient-dense foods. What do we mean by nutrient-dense foods? That is, you don't need that much of that foods, but then they can give you sufficient enough nutrition. For example, like soybean milk or black sesame food, or whole grain food, whole grain breads, or lean meats with rich protein. They are nutrient-dense foods. Seniors have small appetite, so you try to find nutrient-dense foods. That's very important for seniors. Tip number 3, you try to portion control. It's not we don't mean the less the better. What we're trying to say is that you try to make sure the appropriate amount for a senior. For example, when you have blood sugar issue, you still need the like things like rice and flour products, but you make sure it's like a fist size. That's the size for you, and then go together with just now we mentioned nutrient dense foods, protein rich, and it's like 15 to 20 grams. How much is 15 to 20 grams? It's 3 ounces, like 3 ounces of cooked meat. That's 20 grams. So just now what I told you, that the amount that would be ideal. So you make sure it's balanced in your 3 meals, but when you don't have that much appetite, you can distribute among the 3 meals. That would be good for their intake of the nutrients. And if the family members can reduce your household chores. Tip number 4, include protein. Make sure you include protein because everybody needs protein. So protein-rich, for example, eggs, soy products, milk, cheese, lean meats, and then fish, seafood. They are good sources of protein. And then soybean products and also nuts, they all have rich protein. So you try to make sure you have intake of different sources of protein. That's a good advice. And then make sure you are muscle strength. So you need the intake of protein to strengthen your muscles. So make sure you have different kinds of different sources of protein intake. Tip number 5, to make sure you offer variety. Why? Because number 1, seniors, they want to try different varieties, right? You don't want to repeat the same thing every day. That would be quite boring. So you try to come up with the different varieties of foods. Then their taste buds, they want to try some heavy like tastes like spices or natural foods materials to make the to strengthen the flavors. Then these things can strengthen the tastes of the foods. These are natural things. They are quite good choices. And varieties also means that the nutrition comes from different sources. And so varieties is a good idea. And then tip number 6, you have to consider texture. There's 2 reasons there. Number 1, because the seniors, they don't have strong teeth, so it's hard for them to chew. So you make sure their teeth health. And when you have cavities, you have to go to see your dentist, and then get help from your dentist to make sure you can chew. And also the other reason, it is some of the foods are hard to chew and swallow. So make sure the foods, the texture, you make sure the texture of the foods is suitable for the seniors in your home. And then also to avoid the risk of when the risks relating to swallowing, and also good for their digestion. And now it's in June. It's getting hotter and hotter. Summer is here. And then tip number 7 is to make sure you try to prevent dehydration, to drink more, because the seniors, they don't feel thirsty, they forget to drink. So how much do we drink? It's not necessarily 8 glasses, because it's quite individualized. When you go out, when you sweat a lot, maybe you go more than 8 glasses. But if you stay at home and then you don't sweat a lot, you also try to make sure 6 glasses or 7 glasses. If you don't want to drink, what can you do? You can drink soups or Chinese teas, not that strong, and then like soybean milk, and these can make sure you have enough hydration. Make sure you choose drinks that you like. Sugar doesn't contain too much sugar, like soda water, and some drinks that with sugar. Some fruit juices has too much sugar, so try to use sugar. You go without sugar, the soybean milk without sugar. And tip number 8, to minimize processed foods. Processed foods include like canned meats that would lead to high blood pressure and not good for your kidneys. So to make things convenient, you, for example, salmon fish, tuna fish, canned fish, and also canned beans you can store at home, and make sure you have to use water to get away the bubbles. Then you can just eat it. Tip number 9 is be mindful of food safety, because seniors people, they don't want to waste food. When they cook too much, when they cannot eat the food, they want to put it in the refrigerator because they don't want to waste the food. And in the fridge for a period of time, but you have to make sure you can just eat it like in a week, right? Make sure you just eat it in two days, and then when you recook it, make sure the temperature is high enough, and not just use the microwave just for 1 minute. And then if you recook it, don't just put it back into the refrigerator again, because seniors, the immune system doesn't work that well. So you have to avoid the food poisoning. So make sure you use make sure in proper way to keep the food in the refrigerator. And tip number 10, that's my last tip, is you have to consider convenience, because when you live in Canada, and Canada has vast territory, so people who don't drive, you can think about the idea of asking the supermarket to deliver your foods, because supermarkets, they offer this kind of services. And if you shop online, it's quite easy. You can do it, or asking your children, your relatives to help do grocery shopping, and then something you can store at home, and make sure before the expiry dates you eat them all. And then your kitchen can store some dried foods and some and make sure
You can keep for a longer time, and for instance, a week you can buy once every week. You can consider the convenience is also would be more flexibility for seniors preparing the daily meal. If there's any problem, there are a few revenues. You can ask the references as follows. Hopefully you have time to look a lot of the articles for seniors eating health, and there's also written in Chinese. That's the 2020 edited, so you can go and refer to them in terms of community resources. If there's any detailed questions that you would like to ask, you can get to HealthLink BC 811, the government's hotline. There will be pharmacists and nurses and physiotherapists. They could answer your questions, and also some Chinese articles. I have also listed them here. Let me repeat. If you want to ask for help, first you can call 811, the BC government's health hotline. It's free, 811. If you want to look for more private dietitians, and if your MSP, your medical insurance, and you have enhanced insurance, you can go to the website. They have the dietitian's website. You can look for dietitians that know your culture and that can speak your language. They will be of help to you. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this webinar. Wish you good health. Bye. Thank you very much, Amy, dietitian, giving us so much detailed description. And as we age, nutritional diet is very important to us, not only seniors. The dietitian gave very good suggestions. There's some upcoming events. We are busy in July, August, September. In July, we have 2 dates that's been scheduled. One is July 12th, one is July 22nd. Both in the morning. 2 different webinars is to do with the summer extreme weather series. One is managing chronic kidney disease during extreme summer weather. The second one is chronic disease management during extreme environmental conditions and wildfires. And also in terms of respiratory system, we have 2 speakers to talk to us, and that's in July. In August, Tuesday, August 13, using apps to support your health. We also have Wendy, who talked to us today about fall prevention. She will talk about that topic. And on August 19, we go back to today's Q&A session. If you have any questions, you can write them and send them to us. We will arrange for speakers to answer all the questions raised. And in September, that's our annual the Success Health Fair. That's on September 15 on a Sunday. It's an all-day activity. I can arrange for 2 speakers. One is specialist doctor to talk about chronic pain management, and the other speaker is family doctor to talk about using apps to support your health. I hope you all will pay attention. And your way of contacting us, there are many ways. You can see those on the screen. Keep in touch with us if you are subscribing to our the newsletters. You can join in this email correspondence. There will be, when there's a webinar or other activity, you'll be informed directly. We icon. Thank you very much to the Patient as Partners Initiative support, and also we are thankful to our community partners. Thank you to our media partners. Thank you to all the viewing hubs community partners. Lastly, we are also very grateful. Thank you to our speakers today, including Dr. Ho, Amy Yu, etc. Lastly, we have to thank all our several interpreters behind the screen doing the interpretation for us, Shiny, Susan, Linda, Adam, and also thank you MB Interpretation Services. And hopefully next time when we have the webinar, we'll meet with you again.